Hi, and a warm welcome to this FAMO Fascia Movement practice with an infusion of core strengthening contemporary Pilates. Today, Mumu and I opted for a night sky colored outfit because we're going to reach for the stars. Before we do so, however, we want to get into a multidimensional movement flow to tap into the full potential of our core. Let's get started in a tailor sit with the right leg in front, and then you can take 2 massage domes and place them behind your hips. So you kind of wedge them in. They can give you a little bit of a lift and a really delicious massage to start with. Hands to the front of the hips, elongate your spine. With your next exhalation, tilt the pelvis back, curl. With your inhalation, center the pelvis and the spine. With your exhalation, you engage pelvic floor and abdominals from the inside out, and then gradually release to center. You're not only engaging from the inside out, but the bottom up. So you're drawing up from the pubic bone as you go into the curl. You also engage your spine extensors to center your pelvis and your spine. And then you can place the massage domes to either side of your body. Reach your arms out to the side. Take your left arm overhead. Inhale into a long side bend. With your exhalation, press your right hand onto the floor, spiral. Let the breath flow. So your left hand is reaching toward the floor, and then you reach it sideways overhead again. Reach out with your arm, let it lead the movement. It's a domino that brings you to the other side into an elasticizing side stretch. Inhale. Exhalation to initiate the spiraling down. Let the breath flow. With your left hand, keep pressing down. With your right hand, keep reaching. Side stretch, arm overhead. Lead with your arm, domino, into a dynamic side stretch and center. Take your arms overhead with an arm circle. Reach out to shoulder level, broaden your chest. With your next exhalation, curl. Bring the back of your hands together in front of the sternum. Inhale, center, open your arms. Exhalation, curl. And arch, lift up from the sternum. Exhalation, curl. Inhalation into an arch. Now with your arms, it's a generous arm movement, spiraling the shoulders in, spiraling the shoulders out. And it feels like a figure 8 movement. This is the last one, into a curl. And then we just go into a centered position, reaching the arms out to the sides and lowering them down onto the massage domes. That's the hands. Towards your left side. Inhale, longest side stretch. Exhalation, spiral and reach. Go slow, let the breath flow. Into a side stretch again, release the pressure on the massage dome, and then right arm. Let the domino happen with minimal muscular effort, a springy return to the center. Inhale. Press, reach, spiral the back of the rib cage, open the spine around. Side stretch, very vitalizing. The movement sequence, not just for the fascial system, but also for our internal organs. Arm circle overhead, and just let's give it a really big arch. And then we are going to reach for the stars. So you can turn around. So you can glide very easily with your feet. It's best to slide to the very edge of your mat. The knees are bent. You're in a basic long sit with the legs hip distance and parallel, or you close the legs. Hold on behind the knees. Pull your heels towards the sit bones. Release the pull, curl back. And then you slide the feet towards you, you lift the legs, you pause, you are behind your sit bones. Slightly elongate the spine, lift up, you're still behind the sit bones, pelvic floor, abdominals fully engaged. It's a balanced sit. Extend your right leg, single leg stretch, bend the knee, changing side. So fully engaged. This is core strength in your pelvic floor, in your abdominals, very steady in your upper body, extending and bending the knees, coupling strength and limberness. Now, lowering your feet down onto the floor, glide forward slightly, top of the head towards the knees, it's a spine stretch, pull your heels towards the sit bones, curl all the way up. Release the pull, curl back again. Let the breath flow and slide your feet toward you. Lift your legs with your arms, carry the legs. You're fully engaged in your pelvic floor and abdominals. Guide your inhalation into the back of the rib cage so you can still breathe very not freely, but consistently. Let's say it like this. And now you're pressing your legs into your hands and you roll down very slowly. Core strength. Going from strength into a complete relaxation, restful pose. So you rest your whole body, though specifically zoom into your pelvic floor. Really let it go. Give it some length in this position. We only become really strong when we are also able to fully relax. Otherwise, we just become tight. So fully relaxed. Now you step one foot after the other onto the floor. For the moment, we don't really need the massage domes, just have them ready nearby. And then you center your pelvis, arms towards the ceiling. And it's a subtle feeling. Kind of reach up from the outer edge of your hand, from the little finger side. And then on tiptoes, with your legs hip distance and parallel, or you can close the legs. We are going into the reaching for the stars sequence. Lumbar pelvic area dynamically stabilized. Leg slide. Slide your legs out and then slide the legs back. With your exhalation, slide away. With your inhalation, slide back. Add your arms if you like. Double leg slide, arm arc. Double leg slide back. Centered in your midsection, lumbar pelvic area. Now we are adding on. It's a double leg extension and you lower the arms parallel to the floor. Tiptoes. Exhalation, double leg extension. Inhalation, tiptoes. Combination. Double leg slide, arms overhead. Double leg slide back, fingertips to ceiling. Double leg extension, arms parallel. Fingertips to ceiling, toes to the floor. Exhale, double leg slide, arm arc. Inhalation, slide back. Exhalation, double leg extension. Inhalation, toes to the floor, pause. Roll the heels onto the floor, open your arms out to the sides. Tilt the pelvis back, pelvic curl. Roll up with a fluid motion and a fluid breath. Opening the front of the hips, engaging the hip extensors, the spine extensors. So building strength in the back of the body together with the abdominals. And then roll down slowly, imprinting one vertebra at a time. This is also core strength and regaining limberness in the spine. And then center your pelvis and your spine. Take your arms up towards the ceiling. Lift your heels. You're on tiptoes again. Let's go reaching for the stars and add on. So with your next exhalation, slide. Arms overhead. Inhalation, slide back. Let's just do double leg extension, just the way we did before. Toes to the floor. Now we are going to add on double leg slide, arm arc. Double leg slide back. Get ready to curl up. Lift your head and shoulders off the floor. Toes to the floor, head and shoulders to the floor, slide and reach. So we're going from all around stability to core strength. One more time. Sliding back, and then we stay in the core strengthening position, tabletop with the legs, separate the legs to hip distance, interlace your hands behind your head so you can give yourself a little bit of support without pulling. Right leg, single leg stretch, inhalation back to tabletop. Left leg, exhale into single leg stretch. Now, if you're really feeling strong in your core, you have the limberness in your hips, you can add a heel tap. So you go into a little bit of hip extension. Watch your lower belly. Your pelvic floor, your lower abdominals must be fully engaged, your belly wall flat, pelvis stabilized. Pause and release in restful pose. Completely relax. Open your elbows wide and then step your feet onto the floor. And let's go into pelvic curl. Tilt your pelvis back and roll up. Open the front of the hips. Now we still have pelvic floor and abdominal strength here, together with the extensors. Though because we are inverting the pelvis for a moment, we are taking organ weight off the pelvic floor. Hopefully some pressure off the pelvic floor because it's in quite a lot of demand in the reaching for the star sequence. Roll down slowly. Enjoy that segmental movement of the spine and the glide-inducing motion that you're performing right now. That's glide in the back fascia. Then you can release your hands, move the massage domes to either side of your pelvis. Now, you wedge the massage domes in, but your sacrum, the back of your pelvis, is firmly grounded. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling, tiptoes, parallel legs, or connected. Inhale to prepare. With your exhalation, double leg slide arm arc. Inhalation, glide back, curl up with your exhalation, double leg extension. Inhalation, toes to the floor, head to the floor, and you're gliding again. So we have this wonderful combination of all around core stabilization and core strength, and also, of course, coordination. Strong and still fluid. Stay in your curl-up position, bend the knees, tabletop, and then lower your head onto the floor, arms to the ceiling, open your arms out to the sides. Make a choice. Is tabletop the right position for you right now? We are going into a side-to-side movement, or would you rather be on tiptoes? Both are excellent, whatever your body feels like. Now you're shifting the legs to the left. The legs slide against each other. If the domes are in the right place, they actually support you and you get a nice massage. And then slide the legs to the center and let them move to the other side. Exhalation, center. Inhalation into the side to side. Exhalation to center. Inhale side to side. Now you exhale to the center. You stay with your inhalation, rhythm change. Exhalation, dynamic bounce on one side. And inhale to the center. Exhalation to the other side. It's a double bounce. Smooth to the center, double bounce. So we have side to side with a bounce. It's core strength. And a really nice hip massage. We go one more time each side. And then pause in the middle. Draw the knees towards the chest into restful pose. Step your feet onto the floor. Reach forward, take the massage domes away from your hips, rest your arms alongside of the body, the legs are parallel, pelvic curl, roll up. Smooth upward rolling motion. In your shoulder bridge position, raise your arms overhead with an arm arc. If you can rest your arms on the floor, go ahead, do so, and reach back from the fingertips. And then you roll down slowly. Give your pectoral muscles and fascia a little bit of an opening here, a lengthening. It's like a pin and stretch. Reaching back from the arms, then the abdominals induce the stretch. And at the end, your pelvis is centered, and you move your arms forward again and turn them out. So they're in a relaxed position. Tilt the pelvis back, pelvic tilt hammock. Stay in the hammock position. Now you are fully engaged in your pelvic floor, in your lower abdominals, and you also want your hip extensors. Bring your knees together all the way if you can, and then open the knees out to the side as wide as you can with a posterior pelvic tilt, so lifting up from the pubic bone. Knees together, open, and close. The breath could be either. So you could exhale and close the knees, inhale, open the legs, or reverse it. Choose the breathing pattern that gives you the greatest strength capacity to keep that scoop of the lower belly, that tilt of the pelvis back while you're opening and closing the legs. If you do, as we hope, do this practice with Mumu and me more often, play with the breath. Once go this way and then go the other way. So we have excellent hip extensor strengthening here, complementing what we just did. You bring the legs into a parallel alignment, roll down. Now, some of us sometimes grip a little bit. So let's get out of the grip. Walk your feet apart, let your knees fall together, and then sacrum opening with tapping. So you have a tapping movement. You just bounce the back of the pelvis off the floor, and you want to be really relaxed in your glutes. I always check a little bit. Am I really relaxed and wobbly? Maybe you don't want that in all circumstances, but now it's excellent. Settle the pelvis on the floor, walk your feet together. This is our integration exercise for that particular sequence into a diamond shape and then butterfly movement. With the legs, you let them bounce up and down and then spring them all the way up. And you're back in a centered alignment. No, let your arms, raise your arms. Not yet. Reach for the massage balls and then roll to one side and place a massage ball beneath your upper back. The lower part of the shoulder blades is always a really good starting position. Second ball. And then you are in an easeful arch here. Now I want to go into a long stretch. So one by one, slide your legs out. And you could keep your arms, hey Mumu, keep your arms as they are, or you can take your arms overhead for a more active long stretch. And then just for a moment, indulge the feeling here in this long stretch, really opening through the front of the body. So it's a wonderful complementary exercise for the reaching for the star sequence, not just for the front of the body, but also for the back. May it feel that way or not, but you're now slightly detensioning the fascia of your lower back, for your upper back too. But the lower back sometimes it didn't focus, so there's a softening. We are facilitating fluid flow and nourishment in the back. So whenever we aim for core stability, for core strength, these are excellent aims, but we also want core length, core openness, core restfulness. Enough restfulness, we have more to do. So you slide one leg, the other leg back towards you. Circle your arms around and then interlace your hands behind your head. Again, you have a little bit of support. Engage to your center pelvic floor, deep abdominals, and then raise your elbows up so they're pointing towards the ceiling. And with your next exhalation, curl up. Let the breath flow, tilt the pelvis back, lift it off the floor. You're in an active back massage position. Reach your arms forward, relax them on the floor. They're very light at the moment. And then you slowly start to walk your feet backward, and it's one slow backstroke. And there will be a point where you maybe want to help a little bit with your arms. You can do so. And you cover the whole length of your spine, the back of the sacrum, and then you have been gracefully moving up into a sitting position. And here you can come into a tailor sit. Now you can freestyle. Just swing your pelvis from side to side, or you can draw a figure 8. Now, Mumu and I, we had a lot of fun with figure 8. I was like, oh, this is really great. And then Mumu suggested, let's reverse the figure 8. So reverse the figure 8. And then it started to feel awkward, at least in my body. I'm still in the awkward phase here when I reverse. Let's go both. I don't know what you do, but I'm just defaulting, but I don't know, my body has a mind of its own. I'm just defaulting back to the first way. As you can see, it's all work in progress. And then let's come to stillness on the balls. And here's a favorite part for both of us, hopefully for you too. You roll back very slowly, and it feels like this great gluteal lift until you're on the floor. And then hands onto the knees. I'm sliding my heels a little bit away so I can sit tall. And then we are going into a butterfly movement with bouncing. So we bounce the legs with the hands. And if you like, you can also go into an active forward fold. Now, this is great. It's great in its own right, and it's so good after the reaching for the star sequence, because we want to wriggle any kind of excessive tightness or tension out of the pelvic floor, and this is a great exercise to just do that. So then we can all meet in an upright position again, steady the legs, and then turn forward. Bring your left leg in front in tailor sit. And let's complete this sequence. Raise your arms overhead with an arm circle. To the right, inhale, spiraling twist. Exhalation back to center. To the left, inhale into a spiraling twist. Exhale to the center. With your inhalation into an arch. Exhalation, curl. Bring the back of your hands together. Inhale, take your arms overhead. And then spiral out with your exhalation to the left. Inhale, spiraling twist. Back to center. Spiraling twist. Exhale back to center, inhale. Lift from your front heart space. Keep it open. Go into a soft curl. Take your arms overhead. Keep the back of the hands together as long as possible. And then spiral out and just open your arms. And we hope you feel absolutely fabulous and ready to reach for your stars.